Well, hello, good afternoon. Today I'm going to continue on with the series I had to 12 Steps to Write a Book. If you remember the last, I said tools. I talked about tools. So far we've covered space and tools, and you can see the list over here. And next on the list is titles for your book. Now I've got some ideas on titles. Another thing about the title is sometimes it's connected to the story, sometimes it has no meaning, we think. But it's what people remember the most is either going to be the title of the book or it's going to be the author. And people remember authors because they're just famous, and then they become celebrities. And then there are popular books or famous books, and sometimes those authors, we just don't remember them at all. Anyway, that's a couple things I wanted to mention. So the other thing is, how do you decide on what your title is? Well, it either could be one word, or it could be a long sentence. It could have a subtitle. There are lots of reasons for the title, and which is better. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes it's almost like marketing. It's like hit and miss. We don't know what's going to be popular and what's not going to be popular. But let me just go over a few famous titles. For example, they have become catch expressions in our daily life. The most famous one I can think of off the top of my head is Catch-22. Now, if you watch that or read the book or watch that movie, you think, well, you can understand what that means, and it's a popular expression. 1984. Of Mice and Men, Dracula, Moby Dick, Catcher in the Rye, Old Man in the Sea, Great Expectations, The Stand. The Martian is a great example of a book that became really popular, but hardly anybody knows who the writer is. Fahrenheit 451, we all know, it's a great story about burning books. A famous writer that I remember reading, his name was Hall Caine, and he was really famous and popular in his day, but nobody knows who he is now, or very few people. Agatha Christie, F.SCOTT, FITZGERALD, Hemingway, Virginia Woolf. Today, J.K.ROWLIng. Harper Lee was famous because she wrote one book, and that's the only book she ever wrote. It became really popular, To Kill a Mockingbird. H.G. Wells had some great stories, and they were made into movies. So I think if a book becomes a movie, it becomes even more popular. The Godfather is another great example of I've read the book, The Godfather, and it's good, but the movie I think is much better than the book. So there are times when one is better than the other, or both are really good. So the title of your book is important, and it has somehow reflects either the writer or the story, or it's going to reflect something about your ideas, and it just becomes memorable. And we can't really choose, how memorable or what makes it popular. We just choose the title that we think is right, and that's the way to do it. Okay, good luck and goodbye.